First English Country English Book to read today. Start. Marvin, Redpost, lie back on me, and we get to start the 40s, chapter 9, and we get to the end of chapter 10. Okay. And one more time, story after reading about it, some dirty bitty worms. And we came up to the 40s, chapter 4, and we came up to the end of this manager story, chapter 1, okay? And now, are you ready to read these two stories? Here we go! First, you can read Dirty Birdie Worms. Angela's front door was filled with pink balloons. Marvin worked up the path with Bertie hopping after the giant pink jumping bean and rang the doorbell. Mr. Nicely came to the door. "Hello," she said then. "Oh, good heavens," as her yell fell on Bertie. "I am an orphan," Bertie explained. "How lovely, Bertie," said Mrs. Nicely. "Do come in." Bertie shoved clothes of the earth was onto the recipe of bouncing into hall. Most of Angela's friends come as a peasants, princess, and fairies from the sea of pink turtles. "You're here, Bertie," said Angela, running to him. "I'm fairy. Look, I got wings." "I'm an earthworm," said Bertie. "I got you a present. An earthworm or aged for a sleeping bag holding stealthily pancakes." And there was Angela told the wrapping paper. "Thank you," she said, jumping a face plant above the pile of the presents. And Bertie was grazing longly. "Let's play a game," said Mrs. Nicely. "Who wants to play musical cuties?" Me, shouted fairies and princesses. The music played all dance around room. "Bertie isn't dancing," said Angela. "Yes, I am," said Bertie. "That's how worms dance." Bertie rolled over and over on the floor so the dancing fairies to jump over him. The music suddenly stopped. Oh. The Bertie was around the floor, so floor will be very dirty too. And "Students, everybody, students!" cried Mrs. Nicely, and the fairies and princesses began moving as statues. But Bertie was feeling a little hot and dizzy. Hadn't been listening. He just kept rolling straight into one of the fairies. Lyra wobbled, fell into Angela. Angela wobbled. Angela wobbled and fell on top of the maze and chair. Soon the statues was compensated and a hat. Bertie rolled off and met Mrs. Nicely's feet. "Dean, I win," he said. "Who is win?" Let's see who is win. Next speech. Tea was pink. Pink biscuit pink. An ice cream and a pink birthday cake in the shape of the heart. Bertie ate worm style by licking things off the plate. "Bertie, please do not serve like that," sighed Mrs. Nicely. "Sorry," replied Bertie. "Worms couldn't help it. They won't know about the manners." When tea was over, the nicely served with a mess on the floor, most of collected under the Bertie's chair. "Let's go to the bouncy castle now," said Bertie, tangling her shoe. "In a minute, Bertie," she said. "Angela, why don't you all go next door and play your present?" While Angela's friends played her a little Perry on a pony set, Bertie eyes faint pains, and maybe it was just try one. He wiggled an arm around the sleeping bag and the saddlebag of the face paint. He drew a chin and looked like a mirror. And next, he drew on a cat. Perhaps he thought himself a vampire general, or Bertie still. He was so busy he couldn't knock loose of the room and gone quiet. Dirty Bertie is very, very dirty, so Angela's friend was still not like it, I think. Oh, Bertie, said Angela. Said Bertie. I was just blowing them. And have you done your face? I must look, said Bertie. Oh, she was paint her face paintings. He do face paintings, and he was drawing her face, so lots of slug and a mud too. Look at these. This is Dirty Berry, and he's so dirty, like a real worms are worms. And you said you were a worm. Yeah, I was, but now I must look. A big bag slimy slug. He settled on the floor, making slimy, sluggly noises, and Angela's friends sprinkled and daylight ring into behind the curtains, and Angela picked it out. Her eyes are shining. Make me slug too, Bertie, she pleaded. Mr. Nicely was still tidying up when her doorbell rang. The goodness, it was all over another year. She went to answer the door, and Bertie's mom stood on the doorstep with three other parents. I hope Bertie was behind himself, she said. Oh, yes, and Mrs. Nicely, he's such a lovely boy. She let him through a back door. All playing the garden, she said. Angela such a lovely time at being good as. Mrs. Nicely stopped her tracks. Why, Mrs. Nicely stopped her tracks? 8 children was bouncing on the bouncy castle with the princess and fairies who come to the party had vanished. Their place were ugly green monsters in the 50 toss who once like the carol from the swamp. Oh, Angela's friends and Angela was all looks like a birdie because everyone was so dirty like a birdie. And then in the middle of them, was Bertie bouncing and whopping. Look, Mom, sang Angela, I'm a creepy caterpillar. Bertie did it. Mrs. Nicely looked at Bertie's mom. Another parent looked at Bertie's mom. Bertie's mom looked at Bertie. What? Said Bertie. Becca's room was Bertie was glad to be returned in order. Firstly, he couldn't see everyone and mad at the faces. And what was the point of giving someone face paints if they weren't allowed to use them? Anyway, he told Arthur and smiled. I don't think I'll be inviting me next year. He punished really the pretty hated and turned out the baby. He filled in his pocket and brought out something pink and sticky. Look, Arthur, she said, I saved you some cake. Oh! Bertie gave some Angela's cake into Arthur, and Arthur was eat. Very yummy, I think. And now, managers will be seen tomorrow. Okay? And now the end of reading Dirty Berry stories. And we're started for these. Manager Story Chapter 1. And we can up to the end of Manager Story Chapter 2. Okay? And one more time, stick the reading about it. So, Marvin Redpost, my pickup name. Chapter 9. Marvin got to school early and waited. Judy Jasper was dropping in the school parking lot. Marvin waited her out of the car. Marvin was glad she was alone, and there was kids usually or mean to him they was alone. But there was only a mean of the girl of Wiggle group, mean there acted. Judy, he called. What? Said Judy. She had very curly hair. I have to ask you my question for the class survey, said Marvin. Okay, says Judy. You have to tell the truth, said Marvin. I will, said Judy. Okay, said Marvin. Will. Here goes. He took a deep breath. Have you ever picked your nose? Judy screamed and then ran away. Marvin after her. Wait, he called. You have to answer my questions. He chased her around and like a rat bike and caught up her just outside of the girls' bathroom. Have you ever picked your nose? He said again. Ever? Said Judy. Marvin nodded. Judy tapped her girls' bathroom. Marvin, don't caught up and walk away. But then, safe with the bathroom first, Judy Jasper shouted, yes! Oh, not Bertie was alone gross. Everyone will be gross. Marvin's father and mother and her little sister and her brother and some of the kind of Marvin's friend Judy Jasper was pick her nose too. So not Bertie only, not Bertie, not Marvin only the nose picker. Everyone will be the nose picker. Kenny was drinking for the water fountain. I have to ask for my question class survey, said Marvin. Kenny kept drinking. Have you ever picked your nose? Said Marvin. Kenny coughed and picked up the water. He looked at Marvin. That's your question? He said. Marvin nodded. Then Mrs. Norfolk floated. Marvin chuckled. The horn, said Kenny. I didn't know you could questions like that. So have you? Said Marvin. Yeah, I guess, said Kenny. Marvin wrote down Kenny's answer. I was going to see. Too late to change my question, said Kenny. I could ask all the girls when they color or your underwear. She cracked on. Oh, what color is your underwear? Oh, it's so embarrassing. And Nick and Sword are alive together. What do you want? Said Nick. Don't worry, said Marvin. I'm not going to try you be your best friend. I just have to ask you my question for the class survey. Okay, said Snort, but real quick. It's around and around and make and no one's watching. Have you ever picked your nose? Asked Marvin. Give me a break, said Snort. Just answer the question, said Marvin. No one's ever going to like and keep you asking questions like that, said Nick. Just answer the question. Yes, I have picked my nose, said Snort. Are you happy? Me too, said Nick. But I don't go around and talking about it. What do you want, Snoreface? Said Clarence. I have to ask you my survey question. Just don't get any of the burgers on me, said Clarence. Marvin looked at him, and he couldn't understand Clarence. He was always knew that the Clarence made that up, and the both knew that all is a line. No one else is around, said Marvin. He couldn't be honest with each other. Booger's brain, said Marvin. Well, here's my question, said Marvin. And you have to tell the truth. Never lie, said Clarence. Have you ever picked your nose? No way, said Clarence. I'm not gross like you. Oh, everyone must pick their nose. But Clarence said it was very gross. Why? I don't know, but it was okay. He was just thinking about like that own. Casey ponytail stuck out of the side of her head. Casey, said Marvin, I have to ask you a question for the class survey. Shoot, said Casey. Have you ever picked your nose? Casey laughed. Well, have you? Said Marvin. She laughed too hard and fell around. And Marvin made him plenty. And the Casey was stopping laughing. He took a deep breath. Was it a question? Have you ever picked your nose? Asked Marvin. She laughed again. But between the hoots and howls and manager shirk, yes, Justin said. You're shirking, Marvin. I'm not going to answer that question. You have to, said Marvin. It was for the class survey. Justine turned and walked away. Marvin grumbled his shoulder. You have to answer the question. Not that question, said Justine, pushing Marvin away. You have to, said Marvin, grabbing him again. Justine, Marvin, shouted Mrs. Green, and Mrs. Green over the Dusty, and there was boys to see Mrs. Meat Crumbling, professor of the fighting. And a little while later, Marvin opened the door his classroom and picked it inside. Everyone else was still outside. Miss North? Yes, Marvin? Said his teacher Digital. I want to ask you my question for the class survey. Good for you, Marvin. I'm glad to see you're finally for tapping. Have you ever picked your nose? Mrs. North sighed. That's no way to talk to teacher, she said. As for my class survey, said Marvin. Have you ever picked your nose? That's not a popular question, she said. You need to choose something apparent. Have you ever picked your nose? Marvin replied. I'm serious, Marvin, said Mrs. North. If you ask that question one more time, I'm going to send you straight up a professor office. I just came along up there, said Marvin. Mrs. Grant sent me after fighting with Justin. There, see, this fight Mrs. Nissel will tell you. He told me he picked his nose. Oh, everyone was picking his nose, but Clarence and Mrs. North do not pick his nose. And now, chapter 10. And remember, it's already 40s. Chapter 10, and we get up to the end of. Oh, we can have one more story to read. The Weird Girl. Okay, and remember the end of 68 pages, and now. And now, did you have fun? Your English Conjure become with so many books and yours goodbye. And I hope you will be goodbye too. See you tomorrow. And these Marvin Redpost and lots of friends will be see you tomorrow again. And Marvin Redpost will be see you tomorrow. And Marvin Redpost parents will be see you tomorrow again. And Dirty Beauty rooms. Messengers will be see you tomorrow again. Managers will be see tomorrow again. And Dirty Beauties one more. Lots of friends will be see tomorrow again. And so the kind of Angela and Angela's lots of friend will be bye-bye for now. Okay? And Two Star will be see tomorrow again. And don't forget to subscribe my YouTube and bye.